Federal Pacific Electric, or FP, breakers have been known to fail under certain conditions, potentially leading to electrical fires and other hazards. Some concerns include a burnt neutral wire, which is a significant safety hazard. The presence of a burnt neutral wire indicates that an excessive amount of current was flowing through the circuit, which could have caused the breaker to malfunction. Connecting two circuits in a junction box without a proper neutral connection can result in an overload situation. This can cause the breaker to trip, or in the case of a faulty breaker, remain closed and allow excessive current to flow. Unfavorable articles about the safety of FP panels should be reviewed by a qualified electrician to assess the potential risks associated with the panels. An overheating main panel, especially after replacing a 100.0 amp fuse, is a potential fire hazard. This suggests that the panel may be overloaded or damaged. The presence of numerous electrical items plugged into receptacles located near residence beds poses a significant risk in the event of a short circuit or electrical fire. To address the safety concerns associated with FP breakers, the following actions are recommended. Firstly, contact a qualified electrician to inspect the electrical system, including the FP panels, subpoles, and all circuits. The electrician should evaluate the condition of the components, identify any hazards, and recommend necessary repairs or upgrades. Secondly, notify the residents and staff of the potential safety concerns and advise them to take precautions such as avoiding overloading outlets or using damaged electrical cords. Thirdly, if the electrician identifies any serious safety issues, report the findings to the appropriate authorities, such as the local fire marshal or building inspector. They can take enforcement actions to ensure the safety of the building and occupants. For additional resources, you can refer to organizations such as the Electrical Safety Foundation International, the National Fire Protection Association, and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. These organizations provide valuable information and resources on electrical safety practices and standards. Identifying electrical hazards in a building with FP breakers requires a systematic approach. Firstly, it is essential to visually inspect all electrical panels. Look for signs of damage, such as rust, corrosion, or discoloration. Check for loose wires or connections, and ensure that all breakers are properly labeled. Pay close attention to the condition of the wiring and the overall cleanliness of the panels. Secondly, it is recommended to conduct thermal imaging scans of the electrical panels. Thermal imaging can help identify areas of excessive heat, which may indicate overloaded circuits, loose connections, or failing breakers. This non-invasive technique can quickly reveal potential hazards that may not be visible to the naked eye. Thirdly, it is important to perform load testing on the circuits. Load testing involves measuring the current flowing through each circuit under normal operating conditions. This can help determine if any circuits are overloaded or if the breakers are not tripping at their rated current. Overloaded circuits can lead to overheating and increase the risk of electrical fires. Fourthly, it is advisable to test the functionality of the FP breakers. This can be done using a breaker tester, which simulates a fault condition and verifies that the breaker trips within the specified time. Breakers that fail to trip or are slow to trip should be replaced immediately. Fifthly, it is crucial to inspect all electrical outlets and switches. Look for signs of damage, such as cracks, loose connections, or discoloration. Test the outlets with a receptacle tester to ensure that they are properly grounded and wired. Faulty outlets and switches can pose a shock hazard and increase the risk of electrical fires. Sixthly, it is recommended to check the condition of all extension cords and power strips. Ensure that they are not frayed, cracked, or damaged. Avoid overloading extension cords and power strips, as this can lead to overheating and increase the risk of electrical fires. Use only extension cords and power strips that are rated for the intended use. Seventhly, it is important to inspect all lighting fixtures and appliances. Look for signs of damage, such as broken bulbs, loose connections, or frayed wires. Ensure that all lighting fixtures and appliances are properly grounded and wired. Faulty lighting fixtures and appliances can pose a shock hazard and increase the risk of electrical fires. Eighthly, it is advisable to review the electrical panel directory. Ensure that the directory is accurate and up to date, and that it clearly identifies the circuits that serve each area of the building. An accurate directory can help quickly locate and energize circuits in the event of an emergency. Ninthly, it is crucial to educate the residents and staff about electrical safety. Provide them with information on how to identify electrical hazards, how to use electrical equipment safely, and what to do in the event of an electrical emergency. Regular training sessions can help raise awareness and promote a culture of electrical safety. Tenthly, it is recommended to develop an emergency plan for electrical incidents. The plan should outline the steps to be taken in the event of an electrical fire, shock, or other emergency. It should include procedures for evacuating the building, contacting emergency services, and shutting off the power. A well-defined emergency plan can help minimize the impact of electrical incidents and protect the safety of the residents and staff. When dealing with FPE breakers, it is important to understand the potential risks and take appropriate precautions. FPE breakers have been shown to have a higher failure rate than other types of breakers, which can lead to overheating, electrical fires, and other hazards. If you suspect that you have FPE breakers in your building, it is recommended to consult with a qualified electrician to have them inspected and potentially replaced. Replacing FPE breakers can significantly improve the electrical safety of the building and reduce the risk of electrical incidents. Additionally, it is important to maintain a regular schedule of electrical inspections and maintenance to ensure that the electrical system is in good working order. Regular inspections can help identify potential problems before they become serious hazards. Maintenance tasks such as tightening connections, replacing worn components, and testing breakers can help extend the life of the electrical system and improve its reliability. By following these recommendations, you can help ensure the safety of the residents and staff in the personal care home and minimize the risk of electrical incidents. Remember, electrical safety is everyone's responsibility, and it is important to take it seriously. The potential failure of Federal Pacific Electric, or FPE, circuit breakers poses significant safety risks. These breakers, commonly installed in homes built between 1950 and 1980, have been found to have a high failure rate, meaning they may not trip during an overcurrent or short-circuit event. This can lead to overheating, electrical fires, and potential harm to people and property. Understanding the risks associated with FPE breakers is crucial for homeowners, landlords, and anyone responsible for maintaining electrical systems. One of the primary dangers of FPE breakers is their tendency to fail to trip when they should. Circuit breakers are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits by interrupting the flow of electricity when the current exceeds a safe level. When an FPE breaker fails to trip, the excessive current can cause the wiring to overheat, potentially leading to an electrical fire. This risk is particularly concerning in older homes where the wiring may be outdated or damaged. Another concern with FPE breakers is their susceptibility to nuisance tripping. This occurs when a breaker trips unnecessarily, even when there is no overcurrent or short-circuit condition. Nuisance tripping can be disruptive and inconvenient, but it can also mask underlying problems with the electrical system. If a breaker is constantly tripping, it may indicate a faulty appliance, a wiring issue, or an overloaded circuit. Ignoring nuisance tripping can lead to more serious problems down the road. Identifying FPE breakers in an electrical panel is relatively straightforward. The breakers typically have a red or black handle and are labeled with the FPE logo. The panel itself may also be labeled with the FPE name. However, it is important to note that some FPE panels may have been relabeled or had their breakers replaced over time, so it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician to confirm the presence of FPE breakers. If you suspect that you have FPE breakers in your home, it is recommended to take the following steps. Firstly, contact a qualified electrician. A licensed electrician can inspect your electrical panel and determine whether you have FPE breakers. They can also assess the overall condition of your electrical system and identify any potential hazards. Secondly, consider replacing FPE breakers. The safest and most reliable solution is to replace FPE breakers with modern, reliable circuit breakers from a reputable manufacturer. This will significantly reduce the risk of breaker failure and improve the safety of your electrical system. Thirdly, inspect wiring and connections. When replacing FPE breakers, it is also a good idea to have your electrician inspect the wiring and connections in your electrical panel. Over time, wiring can become damaged or corroded, which can increase the risk of electrical problems. Fourthly, install arc fault circuit interrupters, or ASIs. ASIs are advanced circuit breakers that can detect arc faults, which are a common cause of electrical fires. ASIs provide an additional layer of protection against electrical hazards and are required by code in many new construction and renovation projects. Fifthly, educate yourself and others. Learn about the risks associated with FPE breakers and share this information with others. By raising awareness about this issue, you can help prevent electrical fires and protect lives. The cost of replacing FPE breakers can vary depending on the size of your electrical panel and the number of breakers that need to be replaced. However, the cost of replacement is typically much less than the potential cost of an electrical fire, which can include property damage, injuries, and even loss of life. It is important to view the replacement of FPE breakers as an investment in the safety and well-being of your family and property. In addition to replacing FPE breakers, there are several other steps you can take to improve the electrical safety of your home. Firstly, avoid overloading circuits. Overloading a circuit occurs when you plug too many appliances or devices into a single circuit. This can cause the wiring to overheat and increase the risk of electrical fires. To avoid overloading circuits, use a circuit breaker finder to identify the circuits that serve different areas of your home. Secondly, use surge protectors. Surge protectors can protect your electronic devices from power surges, which can damage or destroy sensitive equipment. Plug your computers, televisions, and other valuable electronics into surge protectors to protect them from power surges caused by lightning, power outages, or other electrical events. Thirdly, inspect electrical cords and plugs regularly. Check electrical cords and plugs for signs of damage such as fraying, cracking, or discoloration. Replace damaged cords and plugs immediately to prevent electrical shocks and fires. Fourthly, keep electrical equipment away from water. Water is a good conductor of electricity, so it is important to keep electrical equipment away from water sources. Never use electrical appliances in the bathroom or near sinks or bathtubs. Fifthly, install ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs. GFCIs are designed to protect against electrical shocks by quickly interrupting the flow of electricity when a ground fault is detected. GFCIs are required by code in bathrooms, kitchens, and other areas where water is present. Sixthly, have your electrical system inspected regularly. Schedule a regular electrical inspection by a qualified electrician to ensure that your electrical system is in good working order. An electrician can identify potential hazards and recommend necessary repairs or upgrades. Seventhly, be aware of warning signs. Pay attention to warning signs of electrical problems such as flickering lights, buzzing sounds, or burning smells. If you notice any of these signs, contact a qualified electrician immediately. Eighthly, use light bulbs with the correct wattage. Using light bulbs with a higher wattage than recommended for a fixture can cause the fixture to overheat and increase the risk of fire. Ninthly, ensure proper ventilation. Ensure that electrical equipment has proper ventilation to prevent overheating. Do not block vents or place equipment in enclosed spaces. Tenthly, unplug appliances when not in use. Unplug appliances when they are not in use to save energy and reduce the risk of electrical problems. Even when appliances are turned off, they can still draw power, which can increase your electricity bill and contribute to wear and tear on the appliance. Remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process, and it is important to remain vigilant and proactive in order to protect yourself and your property from electrical hazards. By following these recommendations, you can help ensure the safety of your home and family.